Our brains are interesting things, aren't they? Trust me, I am going somewhere with this. We can crave a great ending or just general happiness in a piece of fiction, yet at the same time love media with absolutely miserable or bleak theming and atmospheres. At least some people are like that, and I am one of said people. Fear and Hunger, Open Sewer, Fallout, Coffin of Andy and Lily, I can go on. So colour my absolute delight when I come across yet another wonderful game demo with one of those bleak atmospheres. Casualties unknown. Casualties Unknown, formerly known as Scav Prototype, is a game being developed by Sonics and is a self-described scavenging survival game, which, yes, that does add up. You play as a little furry creature that's part of an experimental man-made species called Experiment, sent to a gloomy grey planet to recover some kind of technology that humanity sent there by accident. Seems even in the near future, fucky wuckies are inevitable. And before I go any further with this review showcase, whatchamacallit, I really, really encourage you to go pick up this demo and have a blind playthrough of it at least once or twice before you watch any more of this. As I feel a lot of the initial enjoyment of this demo is the first few playthroughs where you don't really know what you're going into. So go ahead, I'll wait here. I've not got anything else to do. The description of the game didn't fuck around either. When it says that it's a survival game, it really means it. There's a lot of stuff to keep track of, like your hunger and thirst, the health of your actual limbs, your mental health, your body weight, your brain health. You get the general idea of this. You'll also be tackling inventory management as well, and there's numerous traps scattered all around the layers of the cave system you'll be descending into. These traps range from simple stuff like barbed wire fences and pulse mines that simply fling you about the place into the air, to shit like spike mines, sound cannons and landmines that can be at the very least debilitating and at worst a downright run ender if you're not careful enough. This is a game that punishes those that do not pay enough attention, which for this type of game is to be expected. You have to, what is it people say? Lock in? Yeah, we'll go with that. Expect to die in this game. A lot. And more often than not, these deaths aren't just quick one and dones. No. You get to watch slowly as your experiment succumbs to their predicament. Their dialogue will be full of fear at the end, and as the consciousness fades and the borderline blaring noise playing as they finally conk out, you're met with an image dependent on how or where you fucking died, along with a bar at the side with some of the stats of your run, saying that mission was a failure. There are other survivors out in the caves too, along with some creatures that are hostile. Most are pretty easy to deal with the exceptions being the cave ticks and salad. Ugh. You'll be doing a lot of scavenging too, if not for food, water or medical supplies, then for the odd bits and bobs to craft stuff with to aid you on your descent, be it in the forms of improvised bandaging, tools or stuff to keep you from freezing in the colder layers. Admittedly, I'm kind of crap at remembering to craft stuff, which is more a problem with my tiny peanut brain rather than the game itself. Can't be good at every game I play, can I? All of this is just me somewhat scratching the surface just to say, the game isn't even finished yet, and if I recall correctly, the dev has gone on record as saying that this is a demo of a prototype. And yet this demo feels more feature complete than anything the AAA side of the industry has put out within the past decade. Obviously it doesn't have an ending yet, and the layers will loop once you've gone through all of them, but I do believe one is planned somewhat down the line. Probably won't be for a while though. In fact, I can't really think of anything I actively dislike about this game that isn't an extreme nitpick. Maybe it can be a bit too dark in certain places of the game, but it takes place in a cave on an alien planet, for Christ's sakes. It's supposed to be dark. I'm not faulting the game for nailing its intended setting. The gunplay is slightly clunky, I guess. I'm genuinely struggling to find things to say about this game that I'd actively say needs some kind of improvement. It's that good. If you do feel like it needs some slight tweaks without changing the actual gameplay, there's a quality of life patch someone made which I'll show on screen now. Want to share the pain? There's also a multiplayer mod too. So, do I recommend this game? Absolutely. As mentioned before, even though it's in its unfinished state, this demo feels amazing to play. It provides a good challenge for those of us that like this type of survival game, and so far it nails the feeling of truly being put up against near impossible odds of being sent on a mission where you're not really supposed to come back. Much love to the dev for this amazing demo. Cheers for sticking around, and I'll catch you next time.